initializing systems, updating competitive play for Overwatch 2. Competitive play has been at the heart of Overwatch community for years, and we have long-term plans to nurture this game mode far into the future. We're excited to share how we're updating competitive in Overwatch 2, starting with the goals that guide our decisions. First, seasons should be exciting and tell their own individual stories. Each one should take players on a new journey with new heroes, maps, game modes, and balance changes. Second, we believe losing games shouldn't purely be a negative experience. Competitive players should feel a sense of progression after games, and we want to provide players with the tools needed to improve and rank up. Both of those are good W's. Finally, we need an improved competitive experience for returning players for the benefit of both them and their teammates. I'm interested to see what they say about that one. Let's dive deeper into what we're doing to make Overwatch 2 competitive feel fun and fair to play. Unlocking competitive. Overwatch 2 will not have portrait levels. That's just the level system that we have in Overwatch 1. And match experience will go towards leveling up your battle pass. So if you don't have the premium battle pass, it'll be the free battle pass. New players who create an Overwatch 2 account on or after October 4th will play through a guided first-time user experience. So, okay, let me just say this really fast. Actually, let me finish this. I'll finish the paragraph. They will need to complete the first-time experience and win 50 quick play matches before competitive unlocks. Dude, I'm so fucking sick of the cringe, fucking absolute degenerate journalists who are just farming hate likes off of the Overwatch posts. Dude, Overwatch has its own fucking problems. Always had. You don't have to lie to make up shit about Overwatch. Overwatch has always had it. Dude, if you want to shit on Overwatch, just talk about what's true. But all of these fucking degenerate journalists making these fake ass fucking headlines like must pay for heroes in Overwatch 2, play for old hero. Like, no, dude, it's supposed to be an idea of the paradox of having too many choices. When you, chat, if you've never played League or you've never played Dota, if you go to play one of those games that have hundreds of characters, you pick up the game and go, what the f do I do? Unless you have a friend that sits there, and Overwatch does this, unless you have a friend that sits there and tells you what to do, you don't know what the f to do. You just pick some random character, you like the way they look, and you try to figure some shit out. What Overwatch is trying to do is trying to make it so that you start with a smaller pool in f***ing quick play. Nobody gives a f about quick play.
Thank you.
And then work their way up to unlocking more complicated heroes. This way, people don't get overwhelmed and they start small and they work their way up. This is overridden by if you have a friend that plays with you. So if a friend plays with you, then you unlock everything so then they can teach you how to play the game. Now, their delivery and their PR, like normal, is fucking dog shit. And for one day, Blizzard will fix their fucking PR team because that shit is a nightmare. But the actual system is actually a good system that is built off of the systems that other games have, and if anything, improves upon it. But they're hiding behind the outrage of the former Battle Pass outrage. Does everyone think that putting heroes behind the Battle Pass is a great idea? No. But they're literally just compromising on that built up like disagreement, and by saying like, oh, they're also trying to make you pay for the old heroes too. Ha ha ha. Shut the fuck up, dude. Dude, just because your article on fucking FIFA packs didn't get many clicks and you gotta get some extra clicks, you're gonna lie about that. Shut the fuck up, dude. That shit's so annoying. It's for what, dude? It's actually the Overwatch community versus the gaming community at this point, and a fucking battle royale. Fuck 'em, dude. Anyways, though, sorry, that was after yesterday. I just so much annoying shit. Regardless, let's actually move into the fun part. This gives new players time to prepare for the higher expectations what comes with competitive, while veteran players don't feel discouraged by teammates who have less experience. In the process of unlocking competitive, we analyze new player skill levels to optimize matchmaking in a way that feels good to everyone, Basically, quick play MMR exists. That's why you've always had to play to level 25. Not only to keep Smurfs out, which, to be honest with you, I don't think was ever really their big play. If it was, they'd make the level higher. Level 25 was a good way to get enough data to realize, like, are they a gem player? Are they a diamond player? Are they a gold player? Are they a bronze player? Etc. This only affects accounts made on or after October 4th release date. Anyone has competitive unlocked prior will have access to competitive Overwatch 2. This is like another clickbait article. Like, they're basically saying, like, oh, you're not gonna have the characters in Overwatch 2 that you had before. If you had fucking Overwatch beforehand, you literally, nothing changes for you. You're fine. It's strictly for new fucking players. If you're not a new player, this doesn't pertain to you, you degenerates. Anyways, skill tier divisions. All right, let's get into the actual meat, what we're here for. SR is being replaced by skill tier divisions in Overwatch 2. We made the decision to remove SR as a numeric value to relieve the sense of being stuck at a certain rank. I think it's more of like the numbers going down type of thing. Like, everyone's fucking terrified of that number moving, but oh, there it is. Seeing your SR go up and down after each match almost felt like a test, or taking a test with the teacher passing or failing you based on each individual question rather than your complete work. Wait, what is the sentence? The sentence goes hard. Seeing your SR go up and down after each match almost felt like taking a test with the teacher passing or failing you based on each individual question rather than complete work. Yo, who wrote this? Yo, did Jody write this? Who wrote this? Jody, you good? Dude, whoever wrote this, hey, if you ever need to talk, I didn't do well in school either. Hey, we can talk about our problems and our past school traumas, okay? I'm here for you. It was a lot of pressure, and if we doesn't give players an accurate representation of how they're performing in overall and competitive. That's true. I mean, there's many players that, like, there are players out there that just play quick play all the time and never touch ranked, and if they actually played ranked, they'd probably pop off and, like, climb. But that doesn't mean they don't deserve the rank they're in. They deserve the rank they're in because they're too scared to play fucking ranked. That doesn't mean you're better than the rank you're in. You are literally in that ranked because you are too scared to play. Like, whether it's a skill issue or a mental issue, that's, you know, like, it's still there, but I'm not here to argue that today. I really don't care. Tiers still exist in competitive, bronze through grandmaster. Each tier will have 5 divisions ranking up from 5 to lowest to 1 to highest. Okay, so it's like Apex. As you progress through each tier, your division will count down until you rank up to the next tier. Top 500 will not have a tier divisions. Okay. Okay. Tier divisions represent the same skill levels as SR, but they give players a higher level view of where they are placed in competitive. Each division represents approximately a 100 SR range. Why would you tell people that? Players will receive a competitive update every 7 wins or 20 losses instead of every single game. So, yo, this is, man, you guys are messaging so fucking ass. I'm so sorry, guys. Why would you tell people what it is? Then there's no difference. It's the same shit. Like, the only key is that at that point is it's only updating after every 7 wins. So you don't actually remember if you went up or down, but anyone who's probably counting in their head probably has like a semblance of an idea of where they're going to be, right? But you need to win 7 games or lose 20 to change your rank, which is... Okay, real talk, it's good. It's actually not bad. I actually kind of like the idea of, like, it not updating all the time for most players. Personally, I don't like it because in top 500, I like to see my number update every game. But I understand what the system is to keep players from not or being scared to play ranked. But at the same time, though, if each division is approximately 100 SR and there's 5 divisions of rank, isn't it pretty fucking easy to figure out what each one is? No? Like, Diamond 5 is 3K. Diamond 4 is 31. Diamond 3 is 32. Diamond 2 is 33. Diamond 1 is 34, and then Masters 5 is 3,500. Is that not that difficult to figure out? Like, man, I don't know. Anyways, so this is what the new progression system is going to look like. So when you win 7 games, and this is actually this is actually a W. I like this a lot. This is probably the best part of their whole system, is they try to show you what characters you played and what maps you played on when you won those 7 games in that time frame. This way you can start to kind of build a picture for yourself of what maps are you good on, what characters are you good on. Like, let's say you think you're really good at Zarya, and then you play your 7 games, and Zarya is like never your most played. And you're like, oh, okay, that was just those 7 games. Then you play another 7 games, and then Zarya is only your most played in one of those 7 games. And it's like, huh, maybe I'm actually not that good at Zarya, but I played 10 of those wins was on Winston. Maybe I'm pretty good at Winston, you know? So I think it's good for building up like player feedback and understanding like what you're good at and like what you're not good at, if that makes sense. This whole thing though is, okay, let's just keep moving. Competitive updates will show progress and adjust your division if necessary. If necessary. So that doesn't mean it's always going to move. Looking at the past 7 or 20 games as a collective helps you better understand how you're performing in competitive rather than putting a ton of pressure on each individual game. Okay, that's like a player psychology thing. We want you to feel like you're improving and being rewarded for advancing from the first day you start playing competitive in Overwatch 2.0. So how are you going to make it so that you're advancing if you're losing? That doesn't really make any sense. Like, I understand like the idea of like getting better and giving people better feedback and understand that, but like that just kind of seems like a pipe dream, dude. I don't know about that one. Match focused UI. We're making some changes to the competitive UI based on feedback that we've seen from the community. Portrait borders that symbolize player level are going away in all game modes in Overwatch 2. Good. And competitive skill tiers will no longer be displayed before each competitive match. I'll finish this paragraph first. Skill tier and division aren't completely aligned with the matchmaking rating that we use to determine matches. So one more time. Skill tier and division aren't completely aligned with the matchmaking rating we use to determine matches. To this end, this screen has been redesigned so that you can instead display your name cards and titles. You know what this is though? Like this is the anti little Timmy, the diamond player. He gets thrown in a top 500 game. You know, it's, you know, yo Flats, that's my Junkrat. I owned these bots. How do you only have 1 concussion mind kill? No, I'm kidding. This basically is just like to stop the little Timmys from getting shit on when they're like. So basically, the matchmaker determines that in this game, your team has a 51 or 52% chance of winning, but you have a diamond on your team, and everyone else is like masters and GM. The idea, I guess, behind that, it seems, is like so everyone doesn't look at the diamond player and blame them if shit doesn't go well. And the same thing happens in like gold and plat. So like if you have a plat players on your team and then you have a random silver or random gold, or probably silver actually probably makes more sense. Or actually, can you play with silver? 25 to 50. Yeah, you could actually. Let's say it's a silver player. And then like everyone's like, oh, we have a fucking silver dude. Like no way we can win this game. Like even though the silver player might actually be able to keep up in that lobby like somewhat, or they've been on a tear and they're at 6 wins out of 7 in a row, so their skill rating hasn't updated yet. That way you don't like end up like kind of like misjudging someone. However, though, there's also downsides to this because I would like to know if I have a diamond player on my team as a GM player, not because I'm going to blame them, but more or less I need to tamper my expectations. Because if I'm playing Winston and I'm playing super aggressive in their backline, jumping in and out at 10 HP, and they can't hit every shot because they think they're a GM player, and they're not, well, I'm gonna end up feeding my ass off because I don't have a tempered expectation, and I might end up even judging them harder and being like, why can't you play the game? What's going on? But they're actually just out of their normal element, you know? So I feel like it's gonna have a catch-22 in some ways, and I don't know. I actually think it's probably better than worse, but I don't like it for top 500 because seeing top 500 logos was really cool. Because when you load it into a game and everyone was top 500 or high top 500, you're like, whoa, this is a game. And as a viewer, I know a lot of people see that as well. They're like, oh my God, this is such a high-rated game, you know? Anyways, though, the introduction of the new scoreboard will help you identify team needs and adjust your strategy accordingly. Yeah, scoreboard's good. We've been removing medals from the scoreboard because they were too arbitrary to paint an accurate picture of players' contributions to their team. Okay, so as content creators and high-level players, we're going to have to teach people what the scoreboard means, because for a long time, like, gold medals was, like, the big thing, and then that, like, stuck with low-rank players, and now it's just, like, the insoles, like, I have all golds, shut the fuck up, you're dog shit, yeah, like, whatever. Like, now you have to teach people, like, what is damage blocked, like, damage boosted, how much healing versus damage are you doing, like, you're gonna have to learn how to analyze the board for more than just raw damage, raw healing. Our goal is to make this new scoreboard is to communicate information on how the match is progressing more open and transparent, which is a massive fucking W. Good scoreboard. Finally, the new ping system gives us a tool to communicate with your team. It's no surprise that the teams with better synergy win games. True. You can use the ping system to better coordinate with your team without having to speak, and the system gives a way to enhance voice calls with in-game cues. Ping system is a massive W, a massive, massive, massive improvement to the game. All right, let's get into the juice. Placement matches in Season 1. The placement system from past competitive seasons is changing in Overwatch 2. Instead of playing 5 matches without a rank, you'll be unranked until your first competitive update after the first 7 wins or 20 losses. God, how have you guys not learned your fucking lesson with this yet? Placements don't mean shit. Throw them out. Dude, if we're doing this off of the 3900 system, it's been the biggest problem in GM for a long time. Nobody tries during their placement games. Everyone places 3900 no matter what. The placement system is terrible. Make people feel like they need a reason to actually try the game. To be fair, this isn't really placements. Yes, it is, because if you let's say you finish GM 1 and you get knocked back to Masters 5, and you need to play 7 games to then get that placement of Masters 5, that's placements. It should just immediately tell you, boom, I'm now Masters 5 and I need to work my way up. That way you feel accountable and you start seeing like, okay, these games matter, because many players don't think placements mean shit. And then there's also players that think placements mean too much. And it just skews their idea because they see I place 5 placements in GM and I lose all 5 because nobody gives a fuck. And I'll have fucking little Timmy viewer number 36451 going, Flats, I won all 5 of my placements and I placed silver. Why do you lose all 5 of your placements and place fucking GM? Well, I go, well, little Timmy, because I'm in the fucking top tier of players and my placements are just an illusion. They actually don't do anything. You get 5 placement matches and they're also an illusion for you, but you're actually at the same elo. They don't mean shit to you. They don't mean shit to me either. They're just there as a placement holder. Get fucking rid of them. They're so bad. In Apex, you get set back to whatever old rank you're at, and then boom, you got to start grinding from the very, very beginning. The 7 games is a fucking waste. You can never... you can expect to start in lower skill tier divisions after placement matches and progress the ranks throughout the season. That's good. Starting, like, having a soft reset every season and getting pushed back, W. All players that were ranked competitive prior to Overwatch 2 will have their rank modified post-launch. Okay. Overwatch 2 is a very different game, so we applied a formula that gives returning players an opportunity to redefine their rank when they dive into competitive, or updated competitive. Most players will find their rank is slightly lower when they start out. Okay. As they will be learning new concept and metas. Okay. However, players who have got to learn more about the game in our betas or who follow the Overwatch League may find themselves ranked higher than ever. What? What? The fuck did I just read? However, players who got to learn more about the game in our betas or who follow the Overwatch League may find themselves ranked higher than ever. How does that mean anything? That doesn't mean shit. Just because you're an Overwatch League viewer does not make you good at the game in any way, shape, or form. Period. That's like saying because I watch football on my couch that I can play football. Okay, let me use a bit different example because I used to play football. That's like saying that because I watch baseball that I can go out and play baseball. Dude, I'd get fucking nailed. I can't see anymore. I would literally take a ball to the head. You know, like what this needs to say, it needs to talk about how old players and new players are going to be changed. So if I've been playing the game every day for a long time, and I still am, how am I being placed, or am I being slightly higher or slightly lower as opposed to somebody that played 2 or 3 years ago and is coming back? If they played 2 or 3 years ago, what does their games look like, or what are their placements and their rank adjustments look like? That's the information we need, not who follow Overwatch League. I hate to be that person, but that's just really out of touch. Game reports. We'll introduce a new section of the career profile that can find your replays and highlights. Massive W. Further enabling you to follow and grow from your gameplay experience. Yeah, that's going to be all defeats for me. We're adding a new feature called Game Reports under the History tab of the career profile. Game Reports provide a detailed summary of all the matches played in your current season of Overwatch. Wait, Game Reports provide a detailed summary of all the matches played in your current season of Overwatch? What? Wait, you guys are going to keep all the games I play throughout a season? Oh, session. Oh, I don't know how to read. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Pause champ. Hold on. Hang on. That works differently then. Because in Overwatch 1, I can get off and come back on. It's still the previous 10 games. So if I play 30 games, there'll be 30 games in there. But if I only play one game, there's only one game in there? Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I kind of like being able to go back to the previous day's stuff. If I want to. This just sounds like if you close the client, you use them. Or you lose them. Maybe there's more info. Let's go a little further. I could be jumping the gun. These reports show an overview of all the matches in your current session broken down by game mode. Opening a match will further expand your stats, including an overview of how you played, including heroes you used, and other match information. So this is the summary of your... current session. Replays reset after each patch. I guess I want to know like what is defined as a session, if that makes sense. Clicking on heroes played will expand your stats and other handy information for each match's scoreboard. For example, if you played Ana during a match, your personal stats will show biotic grenade kills, enemy slept, and nano boost assists. Likewise, other heroes will have specific stats to give you a detailed reports of how you performed on any hero. Those are good. I love this. I love this. Giving players more information of how they played is phenomenal. This is amazing. This is really good work. In a future update, we'll have your recently played matches persist across sessions. I want this word defined. Does that mean like every time I sign out? Does that mean in between patches? Does that mean every certain amount of games? Meaning even if you log off, you can jump back in and review them at a later time. Oh, okay. So in a future update, will be recently... Wait. So the session ends when you close the game. But in the future, they're going to make it so you can review them later. That's pretty good. I like that. We'll also introduce a timeline feature to check out key moments from the match. Whoa, hold on. Let's read that again. We'll also introduce a timeline feature to check out key moments from the match and review the final results of the scoreboard. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Probably they're removed if you log off. Oh, chat moved. Log off. Team is working on retaining data so it persists for longer? Oh, interesting. Okay, so a session is if you log out. But at some point in the future, you'll be able to have past sessions and also a key moments feature for, I'm guessing, replay viewers. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's cool. That's cool. I'm impressed. I think that I'm impressed that like that's being already worked on, and that's something that's going to be introduced at some point in the future. I like that a lot. That's good. Top 500 leaderboards. Top 500 leaderboards will largely remain the same, separated by input pool. Okay, you still need to complete 25 games for any given role in role queue, or 20 or 50 games for open queue. The combined role queue leaderboard requires you to complete at least 25 matches. Isn't this just the same thing? Bro, this is this. I guess it needs to say 25 matches for each role, but fair enough. Top 100 leaderboards unlock 2 weeks in the start of each new season, and cross-platform players can view the separate leaderboards by input pool. There's an elephant in the room, though. Doesn't it only update after 7 games? So how's that gonna work? But this is big. Skill decay in competitives. Decay is back, baby. Our team has been considering how to approach players who have not played Overwatch recently. Players who have not played recently are less likely to maintain their actual prior skill output in a match. True. To help account for this and make matches fairer, players who haven't played in a while will find their internal matchmaking rating lowered to help us reevaluate and determine their current skill level. We will also adjust their internal matchmaking rating more quickly, up or down, as they play matches after returning. Returning players will therefore quickly get to their appropriate skill tier and divisions as they continue to play. That's pretty good. I'm slightly curious on what let me see what this means. Like what exactly this means. Players who haven't played recently are less likely to maintain their actual prior skill output in a match. What do they define as recently played? Because especially in the last week or two, a lot of people have come back to just play their placements. There's been a lot of placement Andes, and they haven't played since like season 30 or more. Do they also count into not played? Because they're also kind of dead weight, you know? So I'm a little bit, you know, I want to know a little bit more about that if possible. But overall, I'm so glad this is back. This is good for everybody because both players that haven't played in a long time don't want to be in games that they don't like, they're too high skill, and also those players that are in the higher skill lobbies don't want to play with those players who haven't played in a long time and aren't as good. So massive W. Big W to the team on that one. Competitive rewards. Competitive season will be aligned with our overall seasonal schedule, including the battle pass. Okay, I kind of inferred that, but it's confirmed now at least. We're removing the commemorative sprays and icons earned each season, including the top 500 spray and icons. Oh no! What about all those people who have the orange top 500 icon that they got from Lucio Ball in 2018, so they can flex on people with a private profile and say, "I'm former top 500." Oh no! What are they gonna do? Honestly, nobody really used these shits. Like, literally nobody used them. Like, everyone put them on at the beginning of the season, then it just was like, just left them there. I don't think I put on a spray since like season 24. We're introducing new competitive. We're introducing new limited competitive titles for your name card that you can earn as you climb the ranks. Interesting. These titles will be a way to show off to other players how high you've climbed in a season. You can only earn these titles at the end of the only earn these titles at the end of the current competitive season, and only use them in the season following. So much like, but yes, they're Apex dive trails. So in Apex, under the name on the scoreboard. Oh, I see it. I see it. It's so small. I see it. Hold on. At 500% enhance. Techno Knight. Dude, I had to go to 500% to see that shit. I wonder how many people caught this. Probably not many. So, you'll be able to have a title that says there, that says like season 1 top 500 or some shit. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's kind of dog, not gonna lie. Having your title available? Why is that? Why is it a bad thing? Like, just, I mean, like, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. It's not like it's anything crazy, but I mean, it's something. It's too small. It's also probably too small because it's a picture. It's a picture of a screenshot of the game, of the scoreboard of the game, of a piece of the scoreboard on the game. At 100, at a regular, this is 100. This is, by the way, this is 100. This is normal view. Can you clearly read all of these names? Not really. Like, you can read them, but it's not like clear as day. It's definitely like a little bit like, okay, that says Tracer. Like, come on now. Let's be reasonable with ourselves here today. Okay. Anyways, so it goes away after the current season if you haven't already. If you haven't already. It goes away after the current season, and you have to re-earn it every season to get it. Bog. Competitive points will continue to be the reward currency for winning competitive matches, rewarding 10 points for a win, and 3 for a draw. Okay. Earning 3,000 points allows you to unlock a golden weapon for any of the Overwatch heroes, including new heroes like Soja. However, we'll be capping the number of bonus competitive points earned at the end of the season to the highest skill tier you reach in any of your roles, including Open Queue. Man, that's a fucking disappointment, dude. What? That's. I hope that we're gonna be getting some. I don't care if I gotta pay for it. I genuinely don't care if I gotta pay for it, but weapon skins and being able to do different colors and tigers and stuff like that would be really cool. Golden Guns is so fucking sleeper at this point. I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty 4 and back in 2008. Evolving competitive experience. These changes are the beginning of our new competitive experience in Overwatch, and we'll continue to watch for ways to deliver fair and exciting matches to our core game modes. Upcoming features include a new skill progression report each time you get a competitive mode. We can't wait for each season to provide a new chapter for everyone looking to grow their skills. And our team look forward to changing, or all the changes coming in competitive in Overwatch 2. Okay, so I think this pretty much confirms that stacking's not coming back. That's massive L, which sucks, but I don't know. Hopefully they'll see the error of their ways at some point. But the W's here are this whole idea of like the skill range thing. I wouldn't tell us that, but basically making it so that players aren't afraid to play competitive anymore is a massive W. This feedback system with like the characters and maps you played is a massive W. Scoreboard's a massive W. I like this whole replay viewer. I cannot wait until we'll have the future update with like the key moments and previous sessions. Like, that'll be all really cool information for players. Decay is a massive W, being able to not feel like you're getting teammates that haven't played in the last like 8 months and you're just like, GG, go next off spawn. There's a my small complaint is with like the top 500 stuff. Like, it kind of sucks not seeing your top 500 like role or your number in game, considering it's one of those things that you have to work so hard for. And you know, in things like Apex, when you open up an Apex stream, you always see in the top right-hand corner their rank and then the number when they're Predator. So, you know, top 500 changes after every match. Where does it say that? It said that top 500 doesn't have divisions. Yeah, because the divisions will be Grandmaster. There's no divisions in top 500. It's just 500 people, so it will change when you go higher or lower. Yeah, but it doesn't It's not about having a division, though. So how would that work? So is there going to be an SR number? So does SR exist only for top 500? That doesn't make sense. So top 500 doesn't have its own skill tier. That's fine. It's going to be the top 500 players. How is that going to be shown? How is that updated? No SR, just a number 1 to 500. But how is that going to be calculated? There's no SR. So if I'm GM1, where do I sit on the top 500 ladder? There's 1 to 500. That does I don't understand. I don't think that's just not clear. And that it's kind of an assumption at that point. They still have MMR. Matchmaking rating and SR are not the same thing. Repeat after me. Matchmaking rating and SR are not the same thing. So that's number one. Number two, it's not shown in game. So every game is going to look like quick play. So if you have someone that's high rank on your team, or if you're high rank, you won't see it. It will have internal SR. Internal SR means nothing to me, though. Internal SR means nothing. I want to know how the number adjusts. If it's adjusted after every game? Is it adjusted after every 7 games? Where is it shown? Am I the only person who can see it? Chad is literally guessing they don't know flats. Yeah, you're honestly not wrong. You're honestly not wrong. So, there is overall a lot of wins. However, though, I am slightly disappointed with how not thought out it seems to be for high level play. Competitive is supposed to be a ranked experience where you're playing to be the best, and the best, they just don't seem to have figured it out yet. So what's the promised land? What's the top level, you know? I don't know. Food for thought, I guess. I think that's going to need some improvement and maybe at least some better communication. I don't know though. I think it's not bad. I mean, like, there's a lot of good in here, but the actual ranked mode itself and how it behaves is my concern.